Hello again, this is Sean with ExpertMLMReview.org. Today we're going to be reviewing Ambit Energy. Is it a scam or is it legit? Here on our website you'll find the very detailed review, ambitenergy.expertmlmreview.org. If you go to expertmlmreview.org, you will find a listing of all the sites that we've reviewed. And you'll notice here our main review area is the 5-point Ambit Energy inspection. And when you go there, there's 5 areas that I highly recommend you take a look and evaluate in any opportunity that you're looking at. The first is the product, and this is really debatable depending on who you talk to. But in my opinion, it doesn't matter checking out the company if the product is not a good fit for you, number one. But also, is it legit? Does it pass the litmus test of network marketing products, which is it a product or service that the end consumers will purchase and use regardless of the opportunity at hand. And with Ambit, that's a very clear and easy test to pass because they retail electricity and natural gas. There's no debate on whether theirs is better or worse because it's a utility. It is what it is. It's the same for everybody. Then with that type of product or service, in this case, it comes down to price and are they competitive in the marketplace. To check that out, I'm just going to go to one of the states, actually one of the main states that Ambit does business, which is Texas. And in Texas, you go to powertochoose.org to check their rates. And I've done that here in the background just to save time here for our review. I've gone there, I've stuck in a deregulated zip code, and we did a search for 1 year terms plans that are available, which is a pretty standard product, a 1 year term plan. And we've gone ahead and put that in and gotten the results, and I've exported that to CSV, and I've already organized that for quick review here. I've organized it by from decreasing to increasing, or from cheapest to most expensive cost per kilowatt. And the 2 Ambit 1 year plans that are available are right here. And this is the cost per kilowatt based on 100,000 kilowatt usage. You'll notice that Ambit Energy's standard plan, which is the Lone Star Select 1 year, is in the bottom quarter, which I would say definitely qualifies them as being competitive. Their green plan, which is always going to be more expensive, is in about the mid-range, which is also very good for a green plan. You'll notice their green plan is cheaper than many companies' regular plans, so that's good to know. So yes, they do pass the test. They do retail their product at a competitive rate, and you're not in a situation where you're going to have to ask your friends or family members to purchase or be a customer of yours and spend more money to do it, which is important. Back here to our review page, and the last thing to touch base on is, and these are by no means scientific numbers, but it's reported that Ambit has about 50,000 consultants across the 3 states they do business, and somewhere in the range of 200,000 plus customers, which is a very good ratio. So for every consultant, there are at least 4 end users or retail customers using the product, which in network marketing standards, that's a very, very good ratio. If you check out our detailed review, you can also check Ambit's rates in New York at poweryourway.com, and Illinois at Citizens Utility Board, which are the best barometers for those states. Now, the second thing to look at is the company, and this one's you can do a lot of research on the company. If you're on the website here, you can check out their DSA application, Direct Selling Association, Better Business Bureau. They are already a member there, and you can check out the report, check out their press releases, and a few other things as well. But there's some inherent credibility that comes with being a retail energy provider, because there's a very strict licensing process that every company has to go through for the state utility boards to allow them to retail energy in their state. And they are registered in Texas, New York, and Illinois, which they currently do business in, as well as Ohio, which a bit of a snafu, but they I guess intended to expand to Ohio, but haven't yet because of some unknown reason, which is yet to be determined. In any case, there's inherent credibility because of the fact that they've had to get licensed in every state that they do business, and that's something that most network marketing companies cannot say. I can assuredly guarantee you that the state utility boards or public utilities commissions would never license a company that is less than operating at in good standards. So you've got a good degree of confidence in the fact that they are licensed by, first of all, started off in Texas, then expanded to New York, then Illinois. So they had to go through this licensing process multiple times, which is a good check. Taking a look at the compensation, really the main thing here is that Ambit is not or should not be paying out commissions based on recruiting, and in fact they do not. So you're pretty safe here as well. You get paid two different ways primarily. Number one, for gathering customers, you get paid a what's called a customer acquisition bonus, or in their case they call it a jumpstart bonus. You can earn up to $400 within your first several months by gathering customers. You also get paid residually on them. And then as your team grows, if you choose to join and develop and build a network organization, they pay customer acquisition bonuses on the customers gathered by your team as well as residual income. So it's pretty safe, a pretty proven compensation plan that is called by industry standards the coded compensation plan, something that was first proven off very effectively with XL Communications back in the 90s. As for the ownership leadership of the company, one of the main thing here is that you've got an identifiable leadership organization that is not hiding behind smoke and mirrors. They've got an identifiable and verifiable history or track record. Now, as with anybody, it's not all going to be roses. One thing I will tell you is you research the folks behind the company, Jerry Thompson, Chris Chambliss, inevitably they're going to have some black marks. Not everybody's successful in 100% of the ventures that they undertake. A good test, or not test, but gauge would, be to probably not believe all of the hype, all of the good things to the extent that it's portrayed, and don't believe all of the bad things to the extent that some people try and paint it bad. So, take away the extremes and look at the meat of the situation. And I think you'll find that, at least in my opinion, these guys are pretty stand-up individuals, so you should feel pretty safe there. On the competition of the energy industry, you've got a couple main competitors, Ignite being the primary. They were around for several years prior to Ambit and are doing very, very well. Still very much larger than Ambit, especially in Texas. Ignite's doing business in Texas and Georgia, whereas Ambit is doing business in the aforementioned Texas, New York, and Illinois. MX Energy is a relative newcomer to the industry, and Zervita is the network marketing company, and they are a reseller for MX Energy, which is quite an established energy company that's been around for quite some time. And the advantage with Zervita is that they are available in several more states, but the disadvantage is that they're only a reseller, so they really don't have any control over the energy side of the business. So if you are looking to purely get into a network marketing based energy company, that would be something to consider there. As a final conclusion, look, obviously you want to do your due diligence, but Ambit is most certainly a legitimate company. You don't get licensed by Texas, New York, Illinois, and Ohio unless you're a legitimate stand-up company. Is it the right company for you? I certainly couldn't say that. Do the research and find that out for yourself. A couple of final notes here. Number one, whenever you're evaluating a network marketing business, the biggest mistake is to make an emotional, knee-jerk decision to join or not to join. Do your research. Okay, don't believe all of the hype and all of the spin by people in the company trying to make it look better than it is, and don't believe all the negative spin from folks trying to make it look like a scam. Most of those folks just don't believe in network marketing, which is something that obviously you can tell this author here believes in very much when done properly. So, don't make an emotional decision. Do your research. Inevitably, if you're here, you're researching it because you went to a meeting or somebody told you about it. Continue to do your research. Evaluate if it's a good move for you. Number one is you have to make a decision as to whether this is a business that you can put your reputation behind, you can put your heart and soul behind, because the bottom line is that network marketing is no different than any other business. It has to be treated like a business. Do that. If it's something you believe in and go at and give it your full heart and soul, you can be very successful with it, as you can many, many other network marketing businesses. So that's it for today. Thank you all for your time, and certainly wish you luck in your evaluation of Ambit Energy.